Hello and welcome back to the model farm. Today, as you can see, there's plenty of construction, some brand new machinery, hauling some bales to the out farm, and lots more. Without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off over here at Edward's construction site, there's so much going on. We have the contractors Volvo FH16750 just tipping another load of stones, with the JCB just 419S just about to head into them and move them out of the way. As you can see, they've made big progress from last week. They smoothed out all the stone and they're starting to cart away all the muck and topsoil. Right enough, there's not a lot of great topsoil around here, so this is quite mucky and wet land. We have the the John Deere 6920S with the Maston grain trailer, which they're using as a dump trailer to draw away whatever topsoil there is and muck, and the JCB JS330 is loading it. And you may see this JCB mini digger. Well, the contractors have got it out in demo and they are thinking about buying it, as it's not in immaculate condition, so they might get a bit off it, and it's working 100%, so they would really like it, as it'd be really handy for doing drainage jobs for farmers and even a job like this. As you can see here, the JCB is also digging up dirt, but it's trying to dig a channel for a water pipe to come in from the main road, as they want to get all that started before they start pouring concrete and getting the tanks dug out for Edward's sheds. They also have a land to Johnny's dump trailer on the back of the John Deere 6210R, which is driven by Adam today. So yeah, as you can see, there's absolutely plenty going on here. We just have got another one of the contractors' workers who used to spend a good bit of time in building sites, and he's just out having a look around, making sure everything's going okay. As the contractors probably won't be building the sheds, but they want to leave the groundworks nice and easier for the builders to take over. So hopefully they might get a few more contracts in doing groundworks for sheds in future, as it will be a really good thing to keep them ticking over in the winter. And also, you may be seeing these temporary fences just sitting at the side of the lane up towards the farm. This is because Edward was just driving past here last night about 6:30, and I seen a few young boys on bikes jumping up on top of some of the machinery as the two diggers was left here overnight. So then he rang the co-op straight away and he seen if he could get a few of these barriers out to block the lane up to it during the night whenever they're not here, just to keep all the machinery safe, as whenever you look at it, there's a lot of money's worth of machines here. So yeah, Edward's just coming up the lane, the 3650 here, to see how the construction's coming on. He's hoping to be getting the tanks dug out for the sheds in the next couple of weeks, but he need to put all this stone down first, as the land round here isn't really great. Moving on to the contractor's yard. We have a beef farmer and his landini just calling into the contractors to pay them for a bit of work he'd done about a month ago. He didn't really have the money to pay them back then, but he just had a good few of his beef cattle away to slaughter, and he knows what price he's getting for them now, so he's able to pay the contractors. The contractors don't mind this, as they used to be beef farmers and they know the struggles. Here are some of the contractors' mechanics, and they're just working at the logging trailer and the John Deere 6210R. The logging trailer had a bit of damage to its hitch, as well as two of these rails that keeps the logs on the trailer. They were a bit bent whenever it got cowped over, so the mechanics are trying to straighten these out and fix up the hitch, as they'd be looking to get back up to the forestry as soon as possible. Martin was just saying earlier that if they didn't have the construction contract, they would be in bother, as they don't have much else going on. Moving on to the 6210R. There hasn't been much damage done to it, mostly to do with the hitch and a few hydraulic hoses that were hooked into the logging trailer at the time. They pulled and snapped a few seals round the back end of the tractor, so the two mechanics in the shed here is just getting all this fixed up, as they need the tractor back, as the 6210R is one of their main tractors. But yeah, it did need a full new hitch, so yeah, it did do a good bit of damage, and brave and costly. Also, you may be wondering why is the 8600A sitting out in the yard with the maze header unfolded. Well, as soon as they get the 6210R out of the shed, which will be fairly soon, they'll be taking this 86 in for a full service before it goes into the shed. for the winter, as they think that's the maze finished up. Right enough, you just never know. But it's all the maze that they know of, unless they get a contract that they didn't know about. Moving out of the contractor's yard. Here we have the contractors, John Deere 6250R, taking home their brand new piece of machinery. This 7 for a reversible plough. So yeah, this is a brand new purchase for the contractors, and a big one too. They used to get a different contractor to do all the ploughing this last couple of years, as they had a lot of hardship with ploughing a few years before that, and they just got sick of it. But they want to get back into it, as they want to be able to give the farmer the full package, from ploughing to seeding to fertilising to spraying to harvesting. They want to be able to do it all, so that's why they've bought this 7 for a reversible plough. And they probably will be hoping to, in the future, buy another plough, maybe a 5 for a, just to keep them tied over. This plough probably won't do too much now until after the winter. They might get one or two jobs before that on the big 6250R. Here we have the contractor's older 6210R with the seed drill in the back, just heading away to do some of the last of the winter drilling. So yeah, this is one of the contractor's first tractors that had GPS, this 6210R. And most of their tractors nowadays do have it, as it's really handy for whenever you are drilling. Moving on down the road, we've got the contractor's JCB 8250. And they're just taking it to the JCB dealership for a service, as they are buying it. They extended their lease deal, but they did think at that time they would buy it, and they have bought it, as it is a really nice tractor and really fast on the road too, and it's really good for their contract they have drawn slurry for the AD plant with the big Abbey. So yeah, they're really glad to have it. Also heading out towards the main road, we have the contractor's John Deere 6150R with the Bergman dung spreader, followed by the JCB TM 420S, heading away to spread some dung for a tillage farmer. They're really glad of this JCB TM 420S. Wasn't getting much use at the start of this season, but it's really been used a lot now, as it frees up the big 419S to go out and do different jobs, as you don't need as big a loading shovel to do this job. This is the second oldest R series the contractors have behind the 6210R, and it's still looking well. Moving on to the main road. You may be thinking, is this a tractor run? Well, it's not, but they are heading to one, which is on the place about half an hour away from here. So yeah, we've got an old man and his old tractor with no cab. He wasn't a farmer, but he always had an interest in tractors, and he has this old tractor which he takes the tractor on. We have Johnny's father in the Ford 7600, taking her out for a spin. We have Johnny's nephew in the McCormick CX100. We have Stephen in the John Deere 7930. And we have Stephen's friend in the 7830. 7930 and 7830 look well together. This was the tractor that Connor was thinking about buying, but then he went to away foreign. So yeah, this is Stephen's friend Michael, and he doesn't do a whole pile with this tractor, but I think Stephen is going to get him to help him with a few jobs whenever Stephen's busy. So yeah, two nice older John Deeres. Here we have Johnny's wife just coming back from feeding some calves and heifers, and she's just about to pull into the mart as there's a meeting taking place. We've got the two lads that ran the car meet at the mart, and we have Martin, the owner of the contractor's wife, and they've all been asked to meet here by the local parish priest and the parish committee, as the parish hall has a leaky roof and they want to run a tractor run. So yeah guys, there's going to be a tractor run here in the next week or two, so look forward to that. And I hear that the John Deere dealership's going to be taking down a big John Deere on tracks, so yeah, look forward to that. And they're just about to meet in the Mart Cafe to decide what they're going to do, and they're thinking of having trucks too, so yeah, look forward to that. We also have the big tillage farmer in the T8040 just coming down to this meeting, as he's part of the local parish committee. Here we have the contractor's John Deere 6195M just passing the building site, and he's just heading to get another dump trailer off a local plant hire to help out, as they really need another dump trailer, as they have a lot of topsoil and muck to draw. Here we've Doherty Agri Contractors Deutzfahr TTV 230 with Stevens Kane triple axle low loader, and there's a very wide load on just on the low loader, their New Holland FR 850, and as you can see they're taking her for a service, but they're also thinking about trading her in and maybe stopping the contracting completely, as they do rear about 300 dairy beef calves a year. And the contracting hasn't been very busy this year, and they can't really justify this fairly new New Holland harvester, which they bought brand new, as business was good at the time. So yeah, they think they might give it one more season, but they're not sure. If they were to get a good price, they might take it. Here we have the AD plants, JCB 3230, flat out heading down the road, 70k. Just heading to meet with the dairy farmer that he buys the slurry off. Moving on to Johnny's farm. Here we have Johnny just getting out of the John Deere 7810. And we've got Edward's son just pulling in the John Deere Gator with the trailer on the back. He's just heading to look at cheap. But before that, Edward's father sent him down to pay Johnny half the money for the Keenan diet feeder as they're buying it. But they want Johnny to hold on to it for the next lot of months, as they don't have a shed to put it in, and they don't want to leave it lying outside. Johnny's just about to head to a local JCB dealership as they give him the ring to say they've got a new JCB Agri Pro telehandler in, and Johnny is really interested. But I think a good few farmers around here are too, so he's hoping to get down there and maybe ask them if he can have a demo for a week. So yeah, hopefully we'll see it in next week's episode. Over by the maize silage pit, we have the contractors fence 724 and bale trailer. And we have Johnny's son on the massive 5400 series, just loading up the bale trailer to take the bales over to the out farm, as Johnny's about to take in his heifers and calves, as the land is starting to get wet. So yeah, they're hoping to take over about 2 load of bales for now, because even though there is about 200 bales over at the out farm, a lot of these are last year's bales, and he wants to get them used up before he starts to feed out some of his new bales from this year. The T6 175 is sitting on the Keenan diet feeder just after feeding the cows. Cows are all happy as Larry. If you liked the video, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and check out my On the Farm playlist. So many of these videos, you'll get the whole storyline. Go back to the start and start watching from there. Thanks for watching. Good luck.